I'm Joel from the Gym Group, and we're here with the boys here at Troy's lovely home. He's been gracious enough to have us in there today and show us around. So I'm here with Troy, Brett and Matt, who are all gyms and tennis professionals. Now, Troy, I'll start with you. How long have you been in gyms and tennis for?
Just over 10 years.
Just over 10 years. And what about you, Brett?
Coming up to 9 years.
And what about you, Matt?
About 3.5-ish, I think.
Now, we didn't plan, but we've got them in order here from train. So Troy's trained Brett and then Brett's trained Matt. So maybe, because of all the skills you've been showing us before and all the knowledge you have, do you want to talk about actually how you acquire that, the training itself as a gyms and tennis franchisee?
I started off, I got trained by a gentleman called Phil, and he took me out for about 4 to 8 weeks. But you're always on the road training, learning something new, just to keep up with new technology and new stuff to do at houses.
So when the new technology comes along, how do you guys go about skilling that?
Well, just generally we look at like stuff on the internet as well. We look at that stuff. Some of the new products we get trained in our meetings by our suppliers. They come to our meetings and show new products, and we get trained that way as well.
What about you, Matt? Obviously, when you go on that first week as a franchise and you're, oh no, I'm in business for myself, and you might come to a client's house and there's a job, I don't know what to do. Well, how would you get support around that?
Coming straight off, like I said earlier, Brett did train you. You did a very good job. You come across some things that do stump you a little bit, and it's just a phone call. Like, all the boys will shop you out and help you if they need to. So, and you find your feet pretty quickly, but you learn a lot on the job. You really do. You teach yourself. You know, you've got the tools in your hands, and you find solutions for things. So, it's just a matter of putting the hours in a little bit, and then you end up really falling into it. It just went, like that. After a couple of weeks, it just kind of went, right, I'm finally going all right now.
Because you obviously do the 3-day generic training at gyms, but you obviously then do a 4-week. So what happens in those 4 weeks when you do the training?
So in the 4 weeks, we just get the people to do the basics. So just to get them out on the road. So it's mainly antenna installation, how to learn about the signal, to get a good signal or a bad signal, what's that all about, running TV cables down walls for extra outlets, manning TVs on the wall, a bit about home theatre systems. That gets them the basics done so they can go out on the road. They can do some work in those, in those first few weeks that they're out on their own. Before then, they can move on to do some courses to advance their skills a bit more, to do extra work.
You also got the other franchisees which are a phone call away. Did you use them a lot in your early days? Or?
Yeah.
I still use them after 10 years when you get started.
Yeah.
That's great.